What's going on, Facebook? We're going to get started here in just a second. This is that awkward time when Facebook is building an audience for me. So hang in there. We're going to get started here, like I said, in just a second. Going to be an exciting webinar tonight. I've got some cool details for you and show you a little bit of the future of both what we're doing here at Legendary Marketer and also the future of internet marketing. So it should be exciting. All right. So we got some people over on YouTube as well, so we're going to bring them on. All right. Cool. Got them going. Going to have some whiteboard action tonight. That's going to be locked in, loaded right here. All right, let's try to get this bad boy. Wade, what is going on, my man? I saw Anthony pop on. Giancarlo, what's going on? All right, so share this up. If you guys are awesome, share. Yeah, share the love. Pass this around. If you're an affiliate of Legendary, you can obviously share your link. If you're an affiliate, like I said, of Legendary, you can obviously share your link. And we'll get the party started here in just a second. Hey, Brittany, what's going on? Congratulations on the baby. Everybody, congratulate Brittany and Andre on their newborn in the comments. Andre was on last week's session, and they just had their baby, so congrats on that. Hope it was an amazing birth. So guys, like I said, we've got an exciting episode tonight. I'm gonna be breaking down what I think is gonna be some very exciting details for a lot of people who are tuned into what we're doing, and for a lot of people who want to really succeed and build a business online. I'm going to be talking about the future of internet marketing and why things are different than it was just a couple of years and even months ago. A lot of you guys have been following me and other gurus and companies that have been happening and building and growing in the direct sales and online marketing space over the last couple of years. And things are changing. They're not the same as they used to be. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what that looks like. And then we will get into the changes and the updates and the announcements coming from the heart of Legendary Marketer. And so, very exciting things that I'm looking forward to updating you guys on. Some extremely exciting announcements and updates that are going to bring tons more value to our community and also tons more value just to the internet marketing space in general. I'm going to be talking about something tonight that we're going to be doing that has never been done before. Some value that we're going to offer to people that literally has never been done before, to give people a true unfair advantage and the ultimate edge in succeeding in growing, not only as a person but also building and growing your business, building and growing your knowledge and your skill sets and your network. Right? They say that your network is, or your net worth is totally dependent upon your or your net worth is totally dependent upon your network. And so tonight, what I'm going to talk about is how you can expand your network for, just years and years to come, and how you can, continue to be involved and around a community of entrepreneurs that are going to, lift you up and educate you, and you're going to find joint venture partners with, and you're going to find, just so many people that you can collaborate and work with. I'm trying to get YouTube up here. My computer just gave me some issues. Thank God for Facebook, right? So if you guys would do me a favor and share this feed right now in the group, okay? If you would share this feed in the group, I'd appreciate it, because like I said, I'm having some computer issues right now, and and I'm going to try to go live on YouTube, but if I don't, I'm going to continue to stream live here on Facebook. So like I said, tonight I'm going to be talking about, first and foremost, how the whole internet marketing game has changed over the last couple of years. Why the old relying on affiliates and building teams and building network marketing, downlines, and all of the things that most of you have been doing for the last, probably for the last either couple of months or couple of years. There's another way to do it, okay? And there's better ways to do it, and I'm going to talk to you about why that is. I'm also going to talk to you about why, if you've been involved with companies with who not only are not giving you what you want, they're not giving you what you need, they're underpaying you, they're under-delivering on value, and they're constantly having problems, and they're constantly telling you one thing and doing another, and they're not paying their bills, and they lack integrity, and they lack longevity, and they lack vision, and you can't relate and you can't identify with what they're doing as a company, and you don't feel like you fit into the overarching ultimate vision of what they have going on, then I want to tell you about a place that is doing the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing. A place that you as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, can get in where you fit in, because there's a place for everybody here, and we'll meet you where you're at and lift you up and help you develop your skills no matter what they are, okay? And so I'm going to talk to you about that throughout this webinar. First and foremost, I want to get into some meat and potatoes of some updates that I have for the Legendary Marketer community. For those of you who don't know what Legendary Marketer is, it is essentially, and I see some different people who are hopping on, probably wondering why we're not going live on YouTube, and it is because my computer crashed, and it is sitting here crashing as we speak, and it's unfortunate, and I apologize about it, but what are you gonna do? Okay, this is just the internet marketing game. Sometimes this kind of stuff happens, and computers crash, and things go wrong, and so what I'd like you guys to do before I get into this is I'd like you to share this just one last time. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to share this. Share this in the Facebook group. Share this on your timeline. Share this with everybody that you know, because I'm going to give you guys some very time-sensitive, important information and data that is going to it's going to revolutionize the way that we're doing things at Legendary, and it's also going to revolutionize the way that people view value in the internet marketing space. Okay. And so I'm very excited about that. So go ahead and share that right now. Let me see. Let me give my computer a chance to come back up, and then we'll resume in 60 seconds. Okay. All right, I'm back. Looks like we got some shares going on. If you guys shared it, if you'd comment below shared, just comment shared. Comment shared below, and we'll know. I'll know that you guys are getting the message out. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right, and if you guys would if somebody would go into our Facebook group and just kind of post in there that my the YouTube stream is down, and that I'm going to be just going live here from Facebook. Okay. That's just the way it is. Same. All right, I'm not a good singer. I'm going to just talk and not sing, guys. Spare you guys that pain of listening to me. So I want to make sure that you can see this whiteboard, because I'm going to be giving you guys some details of what we're going to be doing in some of the huge announcements and updates, kind of that I'm super excited to talk about. So let me tell you a little bit about why. About you as an affiliate and an internet marketer, what you want to be doing and focused on, and why the entire game of online marketing is in essence, it's changed and it'll never be the same again. Okay, I'll give you personal examples and tell you sort of stories and from my own personal experience, not just some philosophy that I have about, where I think things are going or where I think they're at. I have been doing this now ever since 2009. And back when I got started in 2009, for many of you, you know my story, where I came from. I came in, I had no skills. I had no real internet marketing knowledge. Really, the only reason why I came online was because I was just simply trying to avoid going and harassing friends and family and putting stickers on the side of my car, because that's what I was doing, because I was building traditional network marketing companies back in 2009. Okay, 2010, I got tired of driving around town with magnets on the side of my car and putting signs in my yard, hoping and praying that somebody was going to call me, or somehow magically I was going, the next leader who was going to blow up my team was going to drive by my house and see the sign in my yard and call me and say, Dave, I'm the guy, I'm the girl that you've been looking for. And I realized that I needed to learn marketing. I realized that there was no way that I could talk to enough people, okay? And this is how I was forced into learning marketing, okay? It wasn't because I went to college. It wasn't because I went to, some school of any sort. It was because out of necessity, I came from being homeless in 2008, and I was on the streets and struggling at the bottom of the rock bottom of that I'd ever been in my entire life in 2008. When I started working in 2009 and trying to get back on my feet, I pretty much was open to opportunity, because I wanted to do something with my life. And when I got involved in other network marketing companies back then, it was, what was taught to me was not marketing, right? So when I came online, I was looking for marketing skills, and I had this mindset of, if I can just get three who get three who get three, I'll be set for life, right? The truth of the matter is that usually never happens. In typical network marketing organizations, I will say this, that the people who do go on to make millions of dollars, typically they do have very few personally sponsored people, and usually they have somebody who blows out their organization, so they bring in top-level leaders who blow out their organization. But the truth of the matter is it's very unlikely for the average person to be able to recruit somebody who's more influential than they are, right? And so, although I had been building network marketing, MLM type organizations for the course of the first 5 years of my career, eventually, and I never even ran a whole lot of paid advertising. I did some, but I didn't, really run a lot, because, I was too busy building organizations and downlines and fully focused on doing MLM and network marketing type stuff. And so eventually and especially when I came back in 2016 and really started building my business again, I asked myself, do I want others to be in control of my business, or do I want to be in control of my business? And the question that I was really asking myself was, do I want to be relying on other team members, other affiliates, other distributors, essentially other people to be building my business, and especially if those people decide to leave my team, am I really in control of my business? And along with that, what I realized came a lot of babysitting, a lot of hand-holding, a lot of, people who if they did have some success, they became prima donnas. They had this expectation that, I owed them something just because I was their sponsor. And what I realized is that overall there had to be a better or different way to build a business than just going out and trying to find the next leader for my organization. And even for the average person, I was teaching this model to people. And although I think it's still a good model and it definitely works for a lot of people and it's always going to work, it's always going to be a viable model, for the average person, for the average, normal, everyday Joe and Jane, they're typically not going to be able to bring in somebody who's more influential. So what I mean by that is if you don't have a success story, nobody knows you, you've never gotten any results before, you're not going to be able to recruit a Dave Sharpe into your organization. Okay? Somebody who's going to come in and just be able to blow it up. And this is me, what I want tonight, and if you guys would drop permission, I want to know in the comments if you give me permission to just be honest with you tonight. Just be completely transparent and just be honest with you about something that I wish people would have told me and had the guts to say back when I first got started a long time ago, because I would have also coupled my, the things that I did with what I'm telling you and talking about tonight, okay? Because this is the honest truth that, nobody wants to talk about, especially in the network marketing and in online and direct sales space. What I realized was doing that didn't give me the control that I wanted or needed or was looking for. So in 2016, when I came back and really started marketing, because I took some time off, because a lot of you guys know that I left an old company that I was a founder of, and then I also had some health challenges. So I took the entire year of most of 2014 and some of 2015 in, and then eased back in, and then 2016 I really started to build again strong, and I started to really, I really started to go full throttle. And I asked myself, do I want to continue that model to where I'm dependent on other people, or do I want to be in full control of my business? And the obvious answer was I want to be full control of my business. So what I did was I started really looking at how can I control my traffic sources? How can I build a business that is not dependent upon it being hypey? It's not dependent upon it being a big launch. It's not dependent upon it being the next big thing in the space. Which is, if you're honest with yourself, if you know anything about network marketing or direct sales, or you've been in the industry for any amount of time, you know that the trend is that something launches, everybody gets in it, and then it lasts for a couple of months, maybe a couple of years if it's lucky, and then you have to jump into the next thing, and it's hard to keep a team together. So what ends up happening is people leave, and then it hurts your feelings and it hurts your income, and you're left needing to constantly rebuild your income over and over and over again, right? So, and this is, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked myself. What if you had a way that you never had to depend on anybody else to build your income for you? What if you had a way that you never had to worry about recruiting influential leaders, you never had to worry about somebody leaving your team, you never had to worry about babysitting or having to help somebody build their business because you sponsor them into the business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that's the same question that I asked myself, right? Because the truth of the matter is also, if you're new in direct sales or network marketing or MLM, what really do you have to teach to somebody? If we're honest, what really do you have that you can offer somebody when you first get started? So you're essentially competing with big, leaders who you don't have the value that they have. You don't have the bonuses that they have. You don't have the influence that they have. So people just go and join them, and they don't join you anyways, right? So I asked myself that question as somebody who even has influence and somebody who can recruit people, because one of my income depends on helping other people earn income. And if people aren't successful, then I'm not going to be successful either. And so I also asked myself, do I want to be in control or do I not want to be in control? And so I decided that I wanted to be in control of my income. I wanted to be in control of my traffic. I wanted to be in control of the sales activity that happens inside of my business. And I want to be unstoppable. I want to be completely bulletproof so nobody can ever ruin or hurt or harm my business. And so that's what I really got into, perfecting the art and science of building not only sales funnels, but also sales processes. Okay? And so over the course, now, mind you, I've become 10 times better over the course of the last 2 years. And that's even after I built funnels in 2011, 12, 13, and 14 that did over $150 million in sales, right? So even after that, I said to myself, I need to get really good at this. I need to get really good at building sales systems and sales processes that I can drive traffic into, that I can pay for the advertising, or I can drive it organically from SEO or YouTube videos or whatever, or even Facebook. And I need to build a process that turns $1 into $2 of advertising spend. That means if I go out and I spend $1 in Facebook ads, or I spend $1 in CPA sales, or I spend $1 in solo ads, or I spend $1 in YouTube ads, or I spend $50 to write an article, I need to be able to generate $100 from that article over time, right? So turning the art and science of turning $1 into $2 is what I needed to master, right? And I needed that to be predictable, right? If your income is not predictable and scalable, and you don't have leverage and systems, if it's all dependent upon one leader or somebody who comes into an MLM organization, and if they leave, your income will stop, and you don't know how to generate revenue on a daily basis independent of anybody else, you don't actually have a business, right? And so these are hard truths to swallow, and that's not to say that MLM or direct, network marketing is a bad model. I'm just telling you that the evolution of where I came from and what I've done, I realized that I wanted to be in control of my income. So in 2017, the beginning of this year, we launched a company called Legendary Marketer. And many of you guys on this call are a part of Legendary Marketer. Legendary Marketer is a absolute full throttle, full scale business complete with digital products, events, and masterminds. And we have products ranging from low ticket $30 products all the way up to $10,000 products, okay? And up until this point, just quietly, secretly, underground, which all of the traffic that we've generated into Legendary Marketer, 98% of it, right, has all come from cold traffic advertising sources. So that means that initially I had an email list, and I marketed to that email list, and I brought some initial founding members into Legendary Marketer. But from there, and that was an initial $100,000 in sales. From there, we went on to do, $2 million in sales over the course of the last 4 or 5 months or so. And every single one of those sales has come from cold traffic, meaning that we paid for the traffic, we acquired the traffic, we bought the traffic, and we sent that traffic through our sales funnel and our sales process. And we converted every single one of those sales, and we do it predictably and consistently every single day, and we know exactly what we're going to generate down to the dollar in the day, okay? So I'm telling you right now that the reason why the game has changed is because the advertising sources have opened up, and the ability and the knowledge, right, that guys like me have to be able to build sales funnels and be able to build sales systems specifically because of the software and the technology and social media and the advertising sources is just totally different than it was back even 5 years ago. It's totally different, especially than it was 10 or 15 years ago. So we now have the ability to control everything to where we don't need to rely on affiliates or bringing my neighbor into the business or my mother into the business. Yes, network marketing in those models that it's just belly to belly and you talk to your friends and family, they still work. They're still viable. They're still out there. They're especially blowing up in other countries. But in this economy right now, with the tools and the the software and the technology and the traffic sources that we have at our disposal, it's not necessary, right? We can command sales, and I'll give you an example of this. Over the course of the last month and a half or so, we've been running actual traffic co-ops to where our members have pooled their money together, and we've gone out and we've predictably been able to generate sales for our members, right? So even if they don't know how to generate their own sales themselves, if they don't know how to go out and run their own traffic, we've provided them with a sales funnel. We've provided them with a sales process. We take care of the products. We take care of the events. We take care of the masterminds. And then we even went out there and ran their traffic for them. And because we know what we're doing, right? Because we understand this technology, because we've studied and become so passionate about being in control of our own destiny, right? Instead of having somebody else control it, we've been able to get our members results just like that, in a guaranteed way. And if anybody's on this stream that's been able to have us get those results like that, then comment below. Say, give us your experience, right? The more engagement, the more feedback, the better for me, for everybody. So, let me talk about some exciting stuff now. Up until this point, we've had, and let me bring this whiteboard. Gosh, I'm really sad that my computer and the YouTube stream is not able to go, but it is what it is. All right, so up until this point, we have had our Legendary Marketers Club, okay, which is $30 a month. Okay, we've had that product. We've then also had our Millions from Marketing. Okay, this is an event. Okay, and we've sold that for $3,000. Okay, and then we've had our Total Transformation, and we have sold that for $8,000. Okay, whoops. Okay. Now, up until this point, just for the last few months, and we're actually having this Millions for Marketing event in the end of this month, and we've got already at least 100 people confirmed, and we've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these tickets, okay, just in the last few months, okay, and that's a $3,000 event. Okay, it's coming in backwards. This is broadcasting backwards. Yeah, it is broadcasting backwards. That's unfortunate. I don't know that I can. The only way that I can flip my camera is if I do this number right here. So how is that as far as being able to see the board? Is that good? Oops. How is that as far as being able to see the board? Perfect? Alright, fixed it. Now just let's hope that I can actually keep this thing up right. Okay. Alright, good? Okay, better now. Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to see this, so just keep the engagement and the comments rolling in, and I'll just speak to the camera. Okay, so we've had our Legendary Marketers Club for $30 a month. We've had our Millions for Marketing. We've had our Total Transformation. This in total has been, $11,000 in products. Well, starting on July 30th, okay, all of this is going to change, okay? So no longer are we going to have the Millions for Marketing for $3,000 and the Total Transformation for $8,000. What we're now going to have is we're going to have the Legendary Marketers Club, but we're now going to have the Legendary Builders Masterclass, okay? So the Builders Masterclass, and that's going to be $2,500. Okay, we're going to have the Leaders Masterclass, and that is going to be 5,000. Those are both digital products, okay? Then we're going to have the Marketers Mastermind. And that's going to be 8,000. And then we're going to have the Entrepreneurs Mastermind. And that's going to be 12,000, okay? So no longer are we going to have the millions for marketing, and no longer are we going to have the total transformation. Because what we're going to do is make this 10 times better for people. Because I ask myself, how could we bring more value to this industry, to this marketplace, than anybody else is doing out there? I know for me, I wanted a place that I could tap into, like a real true mastermind that I could be a part of. And I didn't want to have to, I didn't want to, coming to an event one time and then never being able to come back again doesn't really allow me to connect and build relationships and develop JV partners or partnerships, or get to know people, or just learn everything that I want to learn, right? And there's literally no mastermind out there that's going to be like these masterminds. So let's talk about first the masterminds, okay? Since I'm already on that topic. Before, we were selling the Millions for Marketing event and the Total Transformation event, which was 3,000 and 8,000, and you could come to that event one time, or we would live stream that one time, okay? So from now on, what we're going to do with the Marketer Mastermind and the Entrepreneur Mastermind, for $8,000 and $12,000. Now, these are two different masterminds. One is going to be strictly focused on marketing, right? Developing a business and marketing strategy, driving traffic, conversion, sales funnels, that kind of stuff. And the Entrepreneur Mastermind is going to be about how do you grow as an entrepreneur? How do you protect and build your wealth? How do you take your business from $1 million to 3 million? The higher level things that most people are not taught, that really I think is it's what I call the dynamics, not the mechanics. So this is going to be the mechanics of the how-to, and the Entrepreneur Mastermind is going to be the why, right? So the speakers and the content will reflect those two topics, okay? Now, what sets these apart is that this is not just a mastermind that you can come to one time. This is a mastermind that you can come back to as long as the company is in business. Let me say that again. That means that if you come to this, you pay the $8,000 to come to the Marketer Mastermind, that is going to cover your first seat. You can come back as many times as you want, and all you have to do is pay a seat deposit fee, which is just going to be a few $100s. It'll cover your seat, and you can come back as many times as you want, but you don't have to pay the $8,000 again. I really want, the same is going to be true for the Entrepreneur Mastermind. I really want you to understand how big that is, okay? We're allowing you to become a member of this mastermind and come back as many times as you want, and we're going to be holding these masterminds several times per year. So most people out there, I'll give you an example. I ran a mastermind back in 2015. It was one of the things that I kind of eased my way back into the marketing industry doing, and it was $25,000. And I ran 4 events that year, and I did a call per week, right? That everybody got on the call. 4 events, 1 year for $25,000. And people happily paid and were totally thrilled, okay? With the Marketers Mastermind and the Entrepreneur Mastermind, you pay once and you come back for life as long as the company is in business. And I have to just say that for legal purposes because, if the company's not in business for some ungodly, unforeseen reason, which I can't imagine why, then obviously the mastermind is going to no longer exist. But this is a lifetime membership to this mastermind, okay? I want you to really understand how powerful that is. We want to deliver more value than any other company out there for you, for your education, for your network, for your net worth. Okay, so if you're excited about that, which I can't see the comments, but I'd love to know. So Audrey, all the details of where they be, yes, a lot of them are going to be in Florida, the beautiful sunny state of Florida, because that's where I live, that's where our team is. And a lot of them, especially the ones in July and October of this year, are going to be in Florida. And we may end up doing them in other parts of the country. But right now, they're going to be in Florida. and it's a beautiful place to come. Okay, so this is a huge, huge deal. It's a big announcement. It's unbelievable. You're still going to be able to bring your guest. We're still going to honor the things that we've been talking about up until this point, and it's going to be the highest value mastermind of anything that you've ever been a part of. Okay, it is completely different and totally. There's nothing that even compares to the value of what this is. Okay. The next thing is the Builders Masterclass and the Leadership Masterclass. These are $2,500 and $5,000. And the difference between these and everything else out there in the marketplace is everything else out in the marketplace, in my opinion, especially in companies that are biz ops centric, right? The products are crap. These products are going to teach you how to build a business standalone from Legendary Marketer, because we want you to learn while you earn, right? And we want you to earn while you learn. But we want you also to have the creative freedom to be able to do whatever you want in the future. So we're going to teach you the skill sets that you need to be able to know how to build your business and grow it, whether it's your Legendary business or some other business, okay? So these will give you all of the skill sets, the strategies, the mindset, the marketing methods, and you know, the high level knowledge as well, to build your business and then become a leader inside of your marketplace. Here's what you need to know if you're a member of Legendary is that right now, if you own these products, okay, and we sell these for $10,000 if you buy them both at the same time, for $10,000, if you own these products, if you've licensed these products, either as an affiliate or if you just bought the Millions for Marketing and the Total Transformation for that $10,000 before July 30th, okay? Before July 30th, you will be grandfathered in to this entire $27,500 product package. I really, really want you to understand that, okay? That's how big of a deal, how big of an announcement, and how urgent it is right now for you to pay attention, to get in contact with your coach, to reach out to me, to figure out whatever it's going to take for you to take action and get in right now at this price point, right? Because it's literally more than 50% off. Now, there's some of you who are all in right now who already own and have licensed all of our products as an affiliate and as a customer or a client, and you're sitting going, Lord Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever, the universe, good God Almighty, am I freaking grateful that I made the decision to take action and go all in. And there's some of you who are looking at this going, I've never seen so much value, and especially for the ability to get it at this price point, I got to do whatever it takes to be able to develop the financial resources to make this happen. And if that's what's going through your mind right now, you're not worried about the resources that you have, but you're focused on the resourcefulness that you need to become in order to make this happen. Congratulations, right? Because you're one of the very few people out there who thinks like that, right? Because not everybody thinks like that. So that's the big announcement. This is a video that I'm obviously not going to be able to stream, here, much into the future, especially past July 30th, because, this is a very unique, special opportunity for all of the people who, are going to be taking action before July 30th, right? This is what I want to talk about for those of you who may be kind of not really knowing what we're doing or on the fence or wondering, should I get involved with Legendary Marketer, Dave Sharpe, and what these guys have going on here. And I'm going to give you some short details, and I'm going to end the webinar because I've got some recording to do tomorrow, and I need to save my throat. Raza, if you are involved in our community, get with your coach and they'll talk it over with you, okay? And that's what I want to talk about here right now, is that if you're new, I want to talk about our sales team and our coaching team. If you're new, we do something that really very few, if any, companies really do as well as we do. And what we do is, if you're new to this business, new to this game, we actually get you on the phone with somebody, and not only do we have a coaching staff, right, who will get on the phone with you and walk you through how to get set up and started and what you need to focus on. We also have a amazing customer support team and an amazing community. So know that and understand that and feel at peace about the fact that you're not going to... Shaquille, I'll take your questions here in a second because that's a good question. Just real quick, if you have Millions for Marketing already, you will be grandfathered in to all of these products except for the Entrepreneur Mastermind. Okay, so for those of you who own Millions for Marketing, then you will be grandfathered into these first 3 products. Okay, you'll be grandfathered into these first 3, just not the Entrepreneur Mastermind. Okay, and if you wanted to upgrade, it would be the difference between these 2 products. Okay, so you can get with your coach and we will. We'll get you started on that if you're all in, right? If you're all in with us, if you're all in with your business. And so, from a perspective of owning your business and being in control and having a system, I've had some people come to me and I also know the true data and facts about if somebody was to try to go out and build this business, what we give you, hands you on a silver platter on your own with all of the sales funnels we have, all of the products that we have. I mean, we've been quietly working behind the scenes on all of this. We're about to roll out a new back office. We're about to roll out all of these new products. We're about to roll out, all of the new sales funnels, these new masterminds. I mean, all of this stuff, guys, just over the course of, if you really think about what we've done so far, if you really think about who you want to align yourself with, I mean, think about everything that we've already accomplished. Think about everything that we've already done. Think about all the value that we give to this community, and not just me. I say we because it's not just me. This isn't a me thing, it's a we thing, right? It's not just me. It's our support staff, it's our coaching staff, it's our operations team, it's our events team, and it's you guys. It's you guys in the Facebook group. It's you guys in the community. It's you guys who show up to the events and mastermind with each other and build relationships with each other and have developed friendships with each other and have each other's backs, right? It's you guys. We together have built something amazing, and it's about to get 10 times better. And it's not taking away anything that you already have. It's not taking away anything that you already have. It's only adding to, right? It's only adding to what you already have. It's not, there's no hidden agendas here. There's no pulling the rug out from under your feet. There's no taking away from your compensation plan. There's none of that stuff. It's just value. It's just family. It's just giving, helping, lifting people up, and meeting them where they're at. There's no judgment. There's no shaming people because you're not a leader or whatever. It's none of that bullshit, if I can just be frank. It's none of that bullshit that maybe you are so used to because you've come from different companies and different cultures that, are trying to, either make you go faster than you're ready to go. The idea of becoming a overnight millionaire is bullshit. It's a process. You have to step into your greatness over time. You have to learn these skill sets. You have to, I've been at this for a long time, but I'm going to tell you something. If you would have told me when I was homeless in 2008 that I'd be traveling the world a millionaire several times over, living how I want, living where I want, hanging out with who I want, doing what I want in my business, doing what I want with my life, able to stay home with my children, able to stay home with my wife, I would have called you a liar. I may have tried to fight you, right? Because I thought that you were playing with me. I'm telling you that it's worth it, right? But it's not something that happens overnight. So at Legendary, we meet you where you're at. We meet you, with compassion, and we meet you with realness and authenticity, and we we empower you to be able to be the best version of yourself as an entrepreneur, right? As an entrepreneur, we empower you to be the best version of yourself. And it's not something that happens to you overnight. It's not something that just, there's programs and people that talk about just, becoming an overnight success, like being a millionaire overnight. That's not how it works. But here at Legendary, what we do is develop you unlike universities do. Right? In a university, you go in and you get a curriculum and you get a professor. And this is not to downplay or minimize the work that people have put into gaining degrees. Because I believe that there's a certain segment of society that genuinely should have a degree. I don't want some heart surgeon. I don't want somebody operating on my freaking heart who is not super duper qualified. But college is one of the largest scams in the history of the United States, in the world, because it's drilled into our head when we're young that the only path to success is to go to school, get good grades, go to college, and we're taking on tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt before our frontal cortex, which is the part of our brain that actually is able to make executive function decisions like, should I take out this loan for $40,000? All of that's happening for men. That happens at 25. You're making big decisions about your future at 18, 19 years old, 17 years old. And, down the road, 30 years old, you get out of college, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You've got 40 to 80 to $120,000 in debt. And you may have learned some things, hopefully, right? But the truth of the matter is are you truly prepared, right? Most companies nowadays are looking for experienced people. Most companies nowadays are not even hiring based off of what your credentials are. They're hiring based off your skill set, your grit. I've had 1 million people come to me with marketing degrees, and I asked them a couple of questions and realized that the guy who spent 5 years in his mother's basement teaching himself is more gritty and more knowledgeable and can come in and add more value to my company than this DB who sat in a freaking classroom and now thinks that he is entitled to a job because he has a certificate, right? So I'm not bashing. I'm just saying that at Legendary Marketer, the education value that we provide, and we've just elevated that 1 million times, right, by offering a lifetime mastermind, right? Not just something that you pay $8,000 and come one time, but something that you pay a reasonable amount to come for life, to sit in class as a student for life. For life, guys. For life. Think about that. There's nothing out there that has that level of value. There's just not, right? And so I could spend the entire live stream talking about all of the value that you get as an entrepreneur coming in, being able to leverage our funnels and our systems and our copywriting and our back office and our coaches and the ability to be able to become a millionaire by just promoting our products and licensing our program. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm just simply talking about the idea of getting a real education, immersing yourself in a real environment full of people who know what they're doing, who know how to make $1 million. Not somebody who's making $40,000, who's teaching from the front of a classroom how to run a business, right? More power to you if you have a Harvard business degree, but tell me the person who taught you that information, right? Show me your mentor, I'll show you your future. Show me your mentor, I'll show you your future. Show me who you're listening to, I'll show you your future. Show me who you're spending your time around, I'll show you your future. Okay? And that goes for anything, right? If you're hanging around, I've come up with this joke today, okay? Because I was listening to somebody talk about something and just, I said, that guy's a bum and I can smell a bum from a mile away. Okay? Now, my wife thought that was hilarious, right? Because, Jesus Christmas, it's a double entendre, for God's sakes. Funniest thing I think now I'm not a comedian. That's funny though. I don't care who you are. Okay? And let me tell you something, right? There are a lot of bums out there. There are a lot of bums who talk like they know what they're talking about. There are people out there who talk like they are a mentor, like they are a coach, right? They are posers. They are It's the same as the obese person who's trying to give you advice on your diet, on how to lose weight, right? There's always going to be a group and a segment, and that segment's pretty large, of people who are going to be trying to tell you how to become financially free, how to how to get rich, how to protect and grow your wealth. Just like there's going to be people who are going to be giving you health advice and et cetera, et cetera. But the truth of the matter is if you show me who you're getting your information from, I'll show you your future. If you show me who you hang around with, I will show you your future, man. And at the event that we have coming up in July, which is our Millions for Marketing, soon to be our Legendary Marketer Mastermind, I have not only myself, and I'm blessed and honored and happy to share everything that I've learned in my journey to doing almost $200 million in sales online. I'm happy to share that with you. So I'll be going hard all day long on Friday and most of the day on Saturday. And then the speakers that we have coming in, we have some phenomenal speakers. I mean, you saw the value that we provided for those of you who came to an event that we charged $99 for. Okay? We're going to be dropping major nuggets, major value. And you hang around this Legendary Marketer community for 1 year, you will be a different human being. You'll think different. You'll act different. You'll see the world different. You'll see money different. You'll start to really start paying attention to who you hang out with. Your circle will get as tight and small as a butthole. Okay? And I'm just keeping it real. It will get as tight and small as a butthole because you'll start to recognize and realize that the majority of the people in your life are actually not for you. They're not for you, right? They're not for you. They're for themselves. And your success and your hunger actually makes them, if it threatens the idea of who they are and what they've accomplished. So they're not going to encourage you. They're not going to tell you that you're an inspiration. They're not going to lift you up. They're not going to give you kudos. They're going to be quiet. When they see you posted on Facebook something that's exciting and some success that you have, they're going to be quiet. They're not going to drop comments. You ever notice when you post something on Facebook about some success that you've had, that there's some people who are willing to give you kudos and there's some people who just get real quiet. Well, I always pay attention to the people who get quiet just as much as I pay attention to the people who give me kudos, because I learn who's in my circle, who's for me and who's not for me, right? If the people that are in your life get mad seeing you succeed, it's going to be a bad end of 2017 for those people, right? Because I want you to know that what you think is possible for your life and your business, not only is that possible, but 10 times more than you're even thinking or dreaming is possible. At least 10 times more than you're already thinking and dreaming is possible. Okay, so I need to save my throat because I'm filming some stuff tomorrow. Just a quick recap, okay? Actually, I'm not going to recap anything, okay? If you're coming onto this live stream and you want to know the announcement that I made, go back and watch it again. When it's over, you can come back, you can watch it again. I went over the details about 10 minutes into the live stream. It is game time, folks. It is a hashtag 100 million. Okay, my man Anthony's dropping nuggets in the comments right now. Let me tell you something. There's a vision here. Okay, there is a vision here that we have, and that's to do $100 million in sales in the next 12 months. Now, some of you might be saying, "Ooh, Dave, boy, you're aggressive." You're damn right, right? You know what? Don't doubt, because it's already been done. Not only have I already done it with a lot of you guys who are on this freaking webinar, you've been with me and working with me for a lot of years, but guess what? It's already done in my head. It's already done in my head. It's already happened, right? And that's how you make something happen. You have that level of conviction. 100 million. If you're in, now here's what I want to tell you about this 100 million, why it's so important, why it is such a big deal. Is because in order for us to do 100 million, a lot of people got to go to the top. a lot of people, right? A lot of people got to go to the top. I mean, a lot of people. And what we're going to be doing from this point forward is we're actually going to be giving out six-figure and million-dollar sales rings. So when you hit six figures in sales, you get a championship ring. When you hit $1 million in sales, you get a championship ring. When you hit $10 million in sales, you get a championship ring and you get a gold Rolex. Holler at your boy, okay? The reason why we're doing this is because if you're making that much money, you're already making enough money to buy a house and a car. I want you to have that status symbol, okay? If we do $100 million in sales, a lot of people got to get a lot of results, okay? Do you understand that? A lot of people got to get a lot of results. A lot of people got to be making six figures. There's going to be some people, if not dozens, who do seven figures, right? A lot of people got to be doing a lot in sales, okay? Understand this. If you're down with that vision, right, of 100 million in sales, I want you to drop hashtag 100M in the comments below. And I got to thank my man Anthony for just dropping that. He's drilling. Anthony's one of our coaches here at Legendary, and he's just drilling 100M every day, 100M. Guys, you got to have big visions. You got to have big goals. And let me tell you something. If you're new to this community, if you're just coming in, and your vision is kind of small, my vision, our vision is big enough for you that you fit into it until your vision becomes big enough that we really say, okay, that's a big enough vision. Because most of you guys are thinking too small right now. And I'm just telling you, society, our family, friends, oftentimes the people that we grew up around and the people that we hang out with now, they think small. I mean, there was this study that was done, and it was a job that was posted on, Craigslist or something like that, and it was the exact same job, except and it was posted twice, okay? One of the jobs was posted with one salary that was a lot less than the other. Again, it was the same exact job posting. One had a very low salary, the other had a very high salary. The majority of the people applied for the low salary job, even though it was the same job. It's the same freaking job. Same exact job. And when they went into the interview, of course, they were, and when somebody called them, of course, it was a research study, so they called everybody, and they said, why did you apply for the job? It was the same exact job, but the other one was paying almost double. And the majority of people said, because I didn't feel like I was ready for that amount of pay or deserved that amount of pay. Most people, okay, so it means a lot of the people on this live stream, most people don't feel like they're ready to earn. Most people don't feel like they deserve more in life, right? So I already know that about most people. So the reason why I tell you that story and bring that up is because one of my biggest goals for you is to expand the vision of what you feel that you're worth, right? Most people even who are college educated, and I'm talking about these are intellectual college educated people, they have that same mindset. They don't think that they're worth anything. They feel that their value is so low that they shortchange themselves all the time. And so I want to change that for you. I want you to know that you're worth much more than you've given yourself credit for. And then I want to give you an actual game plan, like a vehicle to help you get there. And that's exactly what Legendary Marketer is. So here's my final call to action for you guys. First and foremost, get ready. The second half of 2017 is going to be the best half of any year that you've ever had, okay? It's about finishing strong and moving into 2018. I'm already thinking about 2018. You should too, right? Get serious about your goals. Get serious about your business. Who has big goals on this live stream right now? Who has big goals? If you got big goals, comment big goals below. I mean, I really want to know, has anybody got goals as big as I got? Am I the only freaking one who's got goals like this? If you've got big goals, comment big goals below in the freaking comments and declare, I got big freaking goals, right? I have big dreams. I have big aspirations. And when you declare that, when you get up every day with those goals vividly painted in your mind's eye, then, you work harder. You put in, it's just like, and I'm going to tell you this one last nugget. I think this is really important and it's relevant to what we're doing. when you're working out, you have, and there's science behind it, a lot that I don't know. But I know one thing. I know that those last few pumps are where the muscle is built, right? It's not the first reps in your set. Those are not where your muscle's built. It's the last reps when you feel like you can't get one more and you get two, right? That's where the muscle is built. So the reason why it's important to have big goals is because when you feel like quitting, when the day is coming to an end, and you could just go sit on the couch and watch a friggin' episode of Sopranos like I've been doing a little bit lately. When you could go sit on the couch and watch your favorite episode of Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or whatever the hell's hot out on Netflix right now. But instead, your to-do list still has stuff on it. Or you have an objective that you're trying to execute and get done by the end of the day or the end of the week. If you got big dreams and big goals, you're going to get those last two sets, right? And that's where the muscle's built. It's not in the beginning of the day. It's pushing through and getting those last two reps, okay? And so, develop this dream with me. Dream with me a little bit, okay? Think outside of the norm with me a little bit. Stretch yourself a little bit. Hold on to where we're going, and we'll bring you with us if you're committed, if you have the right attitude. And it's not about going back to what I initially talked to you about in the beginning of the live stream. It's not about getting in and getting three who get three who get three. This is not the game that we're playing. We're playing a totally different game, which is why you don't even see me out there talking about. It's one of the reasons why you haven't seen me go out and recruit a bunch of big affiliates into Legendary, is because I don't need them. Do you understand that? I don't need them. Sure, there'll be big players who come into Legendary and start promoting and driving a bunch of sales over time because they'll find out about what we're doing and how our funnels convert and how our back ends convert and how they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars by just pushing traffic into our funnels. But the game that I'm talking about playing is controlling your business. It's controlling your traffic. It's controlling the sales that flow into your business. It's not relying on some leader. It's not relying on affiliates. It's not relying on a downline, right? This is direct sales. And it's directly pushing traffic into a funnel, converting that traffic and directly depositing into your bank account every day with clockwork, predictably, whether you work or not, right? Because that's what having leverage and that's what having a system is. And most network marketers, most online entrepreneurs are actually in the left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant, okay? If you know anything about Robert Kiyosaki, if you know anything about the idea of moving from the left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant into the right-hand side, the left-hand side is where employees and self-employed people fall. And that means that you just own your job. You either have a job or you own your job. It's like a massage therapist who left her company and she's going to go out on her own, so she's got a table, but if she doesn't work, she doesn't get paid. That's a self-employed person who owns their job. The difference between the left-hand side and the right-hand side, the right-hand side are business owners and investors. A business owner means that you have a system. Okay, you have leverage. It means you can walk away from your business for a week or 2 weeks and it still runs. You can walk away from it if you really have it going. You can walk away from it for a month or so, and it will still continue to crank out money day in and day out, predictably down to the dollar a day, right? Because then you develop the advanced strategies that I'm going to be going into at our Marketer Mastermind here coming up at the end of July that I hope you're registered for, and I hope you've RSVP'd, and I hope you're going to be there, right? I'm going to be talking about the specific numbers that you need to be tracking. How do you know what you can spend on traffic to acquire a sale? How do you know how much you should be spending per lead? And what are the metrics that you need to be focusing on? I'm also going to be talking about how do you build a branded front-end bridge page funnel that you can brand yourself, but then still send them into funnels like Legendary Marketer and make hundreds of thousands of dollars on the back end while being compliant, not getting your ads account shut down, lowering your advertising costs, and building your brand and your presence online. Some of you don't want to do that. You want to never show your face in your marketing or business, and that's okay too. But we're going to be talking about all those different aspects of how you can be in total control of your business to where nobody can ever take it from you. Because I'm going to tell you the scariest thing that will ever happen to you as an entrepreneur. It's not being broke. It's making a bunch of money and then having it taken away from you because a leader leaves your organization, because an advertising source gets shut down, or because you are not in control of your business. Do you understand that? That's the scariest thing that could ever happen to you in your business, okay? Is you finally get financially free and then boom, it gets taken from you. That's scary. I'll show you how to never have or allow that to happen ever in your entire life, because we're playing a different game, a totally different game than everybody else is playing, and you're in the right place at the right time, right? And so congrats. I appreciate you guys. I love you. This is huge. It's going to be a big deal. It's a lot of value, okay? More value than any. If you find another company that has more value than what we're providing people, please message me. Please show me, because I want to be the most valuable educational company in the entire internet marketing space. And I want to be a place to where people can connect and have community and family and network and really develop into the best version of themselves. And it is a process. It's a journey. You develop into that person, okay? So stay at it. Stick with it. Keep going. Hashtag 100 M's, baby. Let's do it. Got to take a lot of people with us. Get with your coach. First of all, get involved in Legendary. Share the stream with a link. Get involved in Legendary. Take a test drive. It's $30. Okay, it's risk-free. If you don't like it, we don't even want your money. Okay, so it's $30. Get involved. Get on the phone with a coach. Figure out your options. Figure out your resourcefulness, not your resources, because half of the people that are rich in this world didn't start out with a bunch of money. Believe it or not, they were resourceful. Get your money up. Get your resourcefulness up. Get your game up. Put your seatbelt on, and let's rock.